Welcome, everybody, to the Grueling Truth's Gridiron Mo Super Bowl Trivia Show. Of course, sponsored by Gridiron Mo, a new interactive football app where you get to call what the offense or defense could do in a live NFL game and see what all other fans have called also. So check out Gridiron Mo at www.gridironmo.com. I'm your host for the Super Bowl Trivia Show, Mike Goodpaster. Right now, I want to welcome in my co-host, Matt Andruscavage. How you doing tonight, Matt?
I'm doing well. Glad to be here.
And, of course, we've got
for another game.
Okay. Well, I thought you were done talking. You paused. See,
well,
we're off because we haven't done this in a while, Aris.
Yeah, we kind of lost.
Pauses. Right, it's a rhythm thing. We got to get back into the
we lost our rhythm.
Yeah, so we got to get our rhythm back. So, of course, Aris is the founder of Gridiron Mo. Help us welcome to the show, Aris Persidis.
As always, what a fun show it's going to be, like all the others. I totally look forward to the competition and see who comes up on top. That will be fun.
All right, so let's go ahead and get to the contestants. Our first contestant is from Connecticut. He's a school teacher, Sean Boardman. Sean, welcome to the show.
There. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
All right, you're the guy who will be taking you on, Malik Zorrok. Did I get your last name right, Malik?
Yep, you got it right.
Oh, that usually doesn't happen. It's taken me years to get Aris's right. But you're from Boston?
Yep.
You want to tell us a little bit about yourself? I don't know as much about you.
Been a lifelong Boston sports fan, particularly the Pats. Love the game of football. So, it's fun to do a Super Bowl trivia.
All right. So, Aris, you want to tell everybody about your Superstition Contest you got going on the Gridiron Mo app?
Oh, yeah. So we're trying to collect, and we're collecting the funny things that people do on game day to help their team. So if you're wearing a funny sock or some particular member of your family or a friend is not allowed in the room, or you only watch with your left eye open, you know what I mean. So all those funny things that we do, we're collecting them and hoping to get enough to put them in a book or put them online, but just have fun with them and organize them by team and by type of superstition and a whole bunch of fun that we can do with this. So we ask everyone who's listening in to just go on the gruelingtruth.net, the website. You can see the funnel button where you can upload your superstition. There's not much to it. It's pretty easy. Or the gridironmo.com website, you can do the same thing, and hopefully all of these things will show up. They're really funny. The ones that are coming through are really funny, I can tell you that.
All right, so Malik, we'll start with you. Do you have any superstition when you watch the Patriots, like when you watch the Super Bowl this Sunday?
The only superstition I have is when I wake up, I listen to the same song, which is Let It Be by the Beatles. That's the only superstition I have.
All right. What?
That qualifies. That's one of those things that you do every time to help your team win.
Yeah, see, I'm a Bengals fan, so nothing I ever do works, so I don't really have a superstition.
How about your dog? I thought you got your dog does something.
No, he doesn't anymore because we kept losing this year, so we cut that off too. So the dog's not allowed to go to the bathroom anymore. But we make him hold it during the whole game to see if that'll work, and that didn't work either. So, Sean, you got any superstitions when you watch the Cowboys?
Well, actually not just the Cowboys, but I have a collection of Super Bowl T-shirts with like the dueling helmets or logos of the teams, and it sometimes turns out that whichever team I happen to be wearing seems to win that day. Not necessarily the Super Bowl, but just any NFL game Sunday. It's kind of
so you obviously don't have many Super Bowl 16 or 23 shirts.
No, I don't. And I stopped wearing my Cowboys shirt because they kept losing games or Tony Romo kept getting hurt, but then this year it didn't not matter. So it didn't matter.
Healthy offensive line keeps him from getting hurt, but
yeah.
And then he gets hurt before he gets a chance to play behind the healthy offensive line. But, Aris, you want to go ahead and tell both contestants how the game goes?
The game is very, very simple. It's called the 2-minute drill. So the computer is going to be popping out trivia questions about every one of the games, of the big games, from the beginning to the last one. And we'll see how many the contestants get right in 2 minutes. And
all right,
very,
so
very
Malik,
and off we go.
So, Malik, to see who goes first, heads or tails? Call it in the air. Ready? Go.
Tails.
That's heads. Sean, you want to go first or last?
I will defer to last.
Okay, so you're up, Malik. Good luck.
Oh, we have deferment. All right, Malik, you ready?
I'm ready.
Super Bowl III, January 1969. What was the Jets' yards gained rushing? 133, 142, or 151?
I'm going to go with 142.
You're going to go with 142, and you're absolutely correct.
Oh.
Super Bowl I. Who coached the Packers? Hank Stram, Vince Lombardi, or John Walsh?
It's Vince Lombardi.
That is a correct answer. Super Bowl 31, 1997. Who coached the Pats? Jeff Fisher, Bill Parcells, Mike Holmgren.
Bill Parcells.
Bill, 3 for 3 so far. Super Bowl 43, 2009. What was the Steelers' total net yardage? 430, 332, 292.
I'm going to go 430.
You're going to go A, 430. It was 292. Super Bowl 47, 2013. What was the Ravens' time of possession? 26 minutes and a few seconds, 32 minutes and a few, or 31 minutes and a few.
I'm going to go with 31.
31-53. It was 32-23. Super Bowl 20, 1986. What was the Bears' yards gained rushing? 231, 136, 167.
I'll go with 167.
You're going to go with 167, and you're correct. Super Bowl 14, January 20, 1980. Who was MVP? Terry Bradshaw, Randy White and Harvey Martin, or Jim Plunkett?
I'm going to go with Terry Bradshaw.
Terry, A. Safe choice, correct choice. Super Bowl 27, 1993. Who was the Bills' starting quarterback? Troy Aikman, Jim Kelly, Stan Humphries.
Jim Kelly.
That is correct. Super Bowl 42, 2008. What was the Giants' share per player? $63,000, $73,000, or $78,000?
I'm going to go with C, 78.
You're going to go with C, $78,000, and you are correct, and that's it. You timed out. Very good.
That's 7.
Let's see how many you got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 9. Not bad.
Good job, Malik. We've had a lot of people embarrass themselves on this show.
Not bad. Sean, you ready?
I hope so.
Super Bowl 15, 1981. What was the Raiders' share per player? $15,000, $36,000, or $18,000?
I'll go with 18.
You're going to go with $18,000, and you are correct. Super Bowl 40, 2006. Who was the Seahawks starting QB? Rex Grossman, Ben, or Matt? Say that again?
Matt Hasselbeck.
That is correct. Before I even got there, you had it. Super Bowl 20, 1986. What was the Patriots' share per player? $23,500, $7,500, $18,000.
I'll go with 18.
You're going to go with 18 again. You are correct. Super Bowl 37, 2003. What was the Buccaneers? Oh, that's funny. How the computer spins them out. Share per player: $73,000, $63,000, $83,000.
63.
You're going to go with 63, and you are correct. Super Bowl 46, 2012. What was the Patriots' yards gained passing? 266, 286, 333.
266.
266A. That is correct. Super Bowl 22, 1988. Who played? Bengals, 49ers, Bears, Patriots, Redskins, Broncos.
Redskins, Broncos.
Yes, correct. Super Bowl 16, 1982. Who won? And what was the score? 49ers 26, Bengals 21, Dolphins 17, Redskins 27, Raiders 27, Eagles 10.
First one, San Fran 26-21.
26-21. That is correct. Super Bowl 47, 2013. What was the attendance? 82,000, give or take, 71,000, give or take, or 91,000, give or take?
71 in the Superdome.
71, correct. Super Bowl 10, 1976. What was the Steelers' share per player? $38,000, $15,000, $36,000.
What was the first one?
38.
36.
You're going to go with 36. It was 15, and you timed out. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pretty good.
Ooh, 8-7.
Wow.
You edged by 1.
That was a good game, guys.
That was a good job.
Wow.
Awesome game.
That was very good.
Awesome game. You guys know your stuff. There's no doubt about that. It's funny how the streaks come through, like a whole bunch of questions on the dollars, a whole bunch of questions on the yardage, and sometimes it happens. You guys did awesome.
The attendance is a hard one. I don't think I've heard an attendance one before.
The attendance, and we didn't get any on who did the pregame show or the halftime show. That trips up a lot of people. There's these funny questions that the MVPs. Not everybody's totally clear on the MVPs. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, this year Lady Gaga is going to join Diana Ross's performers who've done both the anthem and the halftime in their careers.
Yeah. And it's funny to see the shows and how it was done in the early days and the first Super Bowls with like the marching bands. And
well, they were more like the old, if you remember the college bowl games, like the Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl. They'd have like the Disney stuff, and Up With People, I think, played like 6 or 7 times for the Super Bowl.
Well, you know what changed all that was Super Bowl 26 in Minnesota. They had like an indoor game, and they had like a winter wonderland with Brian Boitano and I think Dorothy Hamill, and that was the year that Fox had In Living Color do their halftime show, and they took all the viewers away from the Super Bowl halftime. And people
I remember that. Because I think the last time Up With People did the halftime show was 16, wasn't it? The Bengals and Niners.
So the next year, they brought out Michael Jackson at the Rose Bowl, and that just changed everything. And they've always, from then on, they brought out the biggest performers.
Yeah, 27. But they always bring out big performers. I don't really like that much, Sean.
Well, if they're trying, I guess they're trying to appeal to everybody. But I don't think we'll
Lady Gaga doesn't appeal to me even a little bit. She's very talented. I'm just not into music. I know Aris is a huge Lady Gaga fan now.
Oh, yeah, and you get this information from where?
Your wife told me that you jam to it every morning on your way to work.
I think you're making
Said you sing Bad Romance in your sleep sometimes.
I'm going to go throw up now.
Mike, I'm impressed that you know that song.
It's the only one I know, and it's because my granddaughter, sang it for a year. So it's the only way I know it.
Right.
At least that's what I'm saying, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and the reason she sang it and even knew about it because maybe Granddad was playing it all day long. I mean, I'm just saying.
That's what I think.
Because I told her about Uncle Aris, who sang it on his way to work, so she started doing it all the time.
Yeah, I forgot.
She said if Uncle Aris sings it, then it's a great song because he has good taste.
It is a great song. So what are we going to do with these two gentlemen? I mean, they were very, very. We have a winner by one, first time around. Do you and Matt want to go at it and then be challenged by the challenger?
I don't know. What I was thinking was this: since we're probably going to do this for the next 3 or 4 months, we just take the people with the highest score, and at the end, we all play and have one grand champion.
That makes the perfect sense. All right, so we're going to do that. So Sean, congratulations. Your wife will be unbelievably happy because you won a $25 Amazon gift card. So the way it works is we'll need your email because it will be e-sent to you, which you can send to Coach Mike, and then he will tie us together, and we'll take care of the rest. And my only question is, how are you going to spend that fabulous prize? Have you thought about that?
I'm sure my wife's already thought about it. I believe Mike does have my email.
Yeah, and you've got mine because actually Sean got a hold of me like 6 or 7 weeks ago about being on the show. And then Aris was following Lady Gaga around the country at her concert tour, and we didn't do shows for like 2 months.
Well, because she needs me. Without me, the show just...
You're a roadie, aren't you now?
Say that again?
I think you're a roadie for her now, aren't you? You set up and everything?
I think
she's one of my roadie. Yeah, that's the way it works. And I've got to tell you, man, it's so tiring, all these people following me around. I don't know what to do.
All right. So, Sean, is this the first time you've ever been to a Super Bowl in person?
No, it's not. It's actually, this will be my 13th.
Oh, so it's just the first time you didn't have to pay?
No, I've never paid.
Oh, you'd never pay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. But you know what? I spend the entire year scouring the internet for contests, and it's a lot of effort. It's what I do in all my free time.
Yeah. All right. Malik, you ever been to a Super Bowl?
No, I wish I was going this year. This is a great Super Bowl to go to, and the media coverage so far has been phenomenal. I've loved watching it.
Yeah, I think this is one of the best matchups I've seen. I mean, to me, this is almost a 50-50 game. Before we go, Malik, who are you picking in the game?
Oh, I'm going with the Patriots. I mean, there's never really a game I could go against them. I just feel like, the Patriots offense is definitely not as good as the Falcons offense, but the Patriots defense and coaching has the edge. So you never want to go down 2-1 against Coach Bill Belichick.
Yeah, and I mean, the big difference, we did our NFL Pick'em show last night, which everybody can hear on thegruelingtruth.net. We had Mark Cooper, played in Super Bowl 21 for the Broncos. We had Luis Sharp, who would have played in the Super Bowl, but he got stuck in Arizona. He's three-time Pro Bowl offensive tackle for the Cardinals. And then we had Gary Burley on the show, who played for the Bengals in Super Bowl 16 when the 49ers cheated and beat my team. Why are you laughing, Matt? Just because you're a 49er fan and you feel guilty.
Yeah, right. Yeah, those refs made you guys fumble those balls in the first half.
Oh, just shut up, all right? That's why nobody likes you on this show. All right.
Right.
But the thing that really stood out to me, Malik, was just the fact that you've got, I think, the number 1 and number 4 offenses, but you are the number 2 and number 4 offenses, and you get the number 1 and number 27 defenses.
Yeah, exactly. And you have Coach Bill Belichick, who's going to his 7th as a head coach, and, in my mind, he's the greatest of all time, and it's going to be a great game. Dan Quinn's going to have to illustrate one of the greatest game plans that we've seen in recent memory. So I know he can live up to the test. We'll have to see if he does.
All right, Sean, who do you think is going to win the game?
Well, as a Cowboy fan, I don't want the Patriots to Cowboys with 5 Super Bowls, so I'm rooting for Atlanta, but if I was betting, I would be betting on the Patriots. But I would love to see an overtime game, because that would just be, that's historic. That's never happened. But, I just hope that Atlanta can, their defensive front, if they can put the pressure on Brady and hit him in the front on his legs. He doesn't like to get his rhythm thrown off, but, just everything that Belichick and Brady have done, I just don't see how they're not going to be prepared for whatever's going to be thrown at them.
Yeah, because if you look at it, in most of these games, if you beat Brady and Belichick, it's from getting pressure up the middle of your defensive line, and I think that's the problem for Atlanta. I think they're a little light up front, and I think New England may just overpower them at the point of attack. Aris, who do you got? I know you're a Broncos fan, so you had a season similar to me and Matt.
Will win. Yeah, I always think the Broncos will win, even though they're nowhere near it. But I think this will be, the 3rd Super Bowl the last 3 years where you're going to have the top offense versus a very good, if not top defense. And on both occasions, the other side of the ball has won. And I think that people have learned from that and have adjusted, have throttled back the offense in order to balance the game in all phases of the game. So I think it's a 50-50. I think the Pats are going to win overall for all the reasons that we've talked about, but it's going to be a very close game. And at the end of the day, you know what I want? I want a close game. I want a proper Super Bowl. I don't want a blowout. If it ends up going in overtime, great, but I just want a good, super competitive game from the beginning to the end. 2-3 points separating the Giants that are left.
All right. So, Aris, real quick before we go, do you want to explain everybody what they can do on Super Sunday with the Gridiron Mo app?
So on Super Sunday, there's 2 things. We want to hear about your superstitions, even though it may not necessarily be your team, but for your team. And then the whole way the game is played is you get to vote on every down what you think the offense and defense should do, and see what 100,000 other screaming fans are thinking at that precise moment. That's what makes Gridiron Mo so unique and so different. So if you want to be part of the families all over the country that are voting and playing and all of that, then come check it out. Gridiron Mo, gridironmo.com. Pretty cool.
All right. Matt, I know you gave your Super Bowl prediction last night, but you want to give it here again tonight for anybody that maybe didn't hear it?
Sure. I also think it's going to be a very good game. Very hard to bet against Brady and Belichick, so I think they're going to win. But I honestly do believe Atlanta will have a chance in this game. I think they really have a good shot, but it's going to take a Herculean effort to win.
All right, that was a big word, Matt. Before we go, once again, our winner was Sean Boardman. Malik did great, though. Got, what was it? What was the final on that, 8-7?
Yeah.
It was, 8-7, yeah. Right.
All right, so Malik, you got any final words?
No, I just want to say thanks for having me on. It's been fun.
All right, Sean?
Well, I love all this minutia and history and statistics, and there's something I'd noticed that you heard it here first. I don't know if you noticed this, but Carl Shepard is the referee in the game. He's wearing number 51, number of the game that's only happened one other time in Super Bowl VII. The ref was Tommy Bell, who wore the same number.
All right, it sounds like you need to get this guy on board with Gridiron Mode to start putting some questions in for you, Aris.
Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Sure.
Aris, any final words?
Thank you for another great show again tonight. Congratulations, Sean. Malik, thank you very much for playing, and let's all have fun this Sunday, right?
All right, Matt?
Well, I just want to thank our contestants for being on, and want to thank Aris for putting out a great app and for being a part of Grueling Truth Radio Network.
Yeah, that was like the Ali Frazier version of Gridiron Most Super Bowl trivia there, Aris.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Very cool.
But all right, guys, make sure you check out all the Grueling Truth shows at gruelingtruth.net. You can catch us on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spreaker, Stitcher, anywhere you find sports podcasts, you'll find the Grueling Truth. Make sure you check out our Super Bowl Pick'em show with former NFL Pro Bowler Louis Sharp, Mark Cooper, who played for the Denver Broncos, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Gary Burley, who played for the Bengals and then finished his career up with the Falcons. Also check out our NFL Legends show with William Andrews, former running back, four-time Pro Bowl running back for the Atlanta Falcons that we did last night. It's up there also. So I guess we're going to wrap it up this week. We'll be back next week. Anybody that's interested, you can send us a message on Twitter at Grueling Truth. You can hit us up on the email like Sean did, thegruelingtruth@gmail.com. So for Sean Boardman, Malik Zorrok, Aris Persidis, there's a lot of names. I forget them sometimes, Matt. And Matt Andruscavage, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.